name's Virginia, and I'm from Jupiter Arts Crafts on Instagram and here on YouTube. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here, and for who have come back to check in this video, welcome back. Thank you for taking your time and checking out this video. I wanted to share a little bit of the process of how I made this a little big book. I called it a little big book out of Heather of Ruby and Pearl XO's digital kit, mainly the beautiful words. So I made this little big book and a couple of deck of cards. So this is not a tutorial, but I just wanted to share the process of how I made this, just in case any of you would be inspired to create one similar to this. I'm sorry. Okay, pardon me. First of all, pardon me for my English, and I'm not a public speaker, but I am trying because I think it's easier for me to just record and talk rather than doing voiceover. So for the book itself, the materials I used are, of course, the digital kit. So for the book pages itself, I printed the kit, all the pages in the kit, because I used all of this as book pages in this, and I used it as is. I meant the size, and Heather used like 3 different beautiful backgrounds with these quotes, but they're kind of like different sizes. So what I did is to cut them so that they would be the same size, and I'll show that later on. This kit is, as it says, very beautiful words. All these quotes are very special. And for the book cover, I use this old brown file folder, and I like it. It's very nice. I also printed a couple of images from her beautiful birds kit. This is one of them, which I used in the cover of the book, and I printed it 4:1, 4 images to 1 page. And I also printed this image. This one is also from the beautiful birds. I think this one is an extra from a previous project I created, but for this particular one, I printed the image 6:1, which I used to decoupage some of the pages. Okay, and I use a lot of brown paper packaging. I embossed some of them. When I cut off the pages, particularly this one that has the tall orientation, I had some scrap pieces of paper which I embossed and also used them in the book pages. And I used wax linen for my binding, and I used seam binding for the closure. And okay, I guess that's, of course, scissors and glue. Okay, so let's go over for the book pages. What I did is, like what I said earlier, I cut them to size so that they'd be the same size, and I based it off on this print, the one with the green background, because this is the shortest one. So I cut them this way so that one spread is this way, and this is how the tall one ended up. I ended up cutting some of the parts of the kind of like the card where some of them has the author's name. And what I did with them is I took a couple of those pages and I sandwiched brown packaging paper and glued them together so that I formed pockets. So kind of like this. And I would probably make some more extras of this because this looked like a wallet where we can stuff little ephemeras in there and probably use them as book pages on regular sized journal. I made some of them the pocket stop loading like this one, and I made some of them side loading. So that makes each of the quote has its own pockets. And for this image or the quotes which ended up with blank space, I decoupaged them with the scrap pieces of paper that I showed earlier. And on the end, on the spine side of the pages, I collaged them with some brown paper packaging. Okay, let's go over to the flip through. So this book is about, I think I forgot my ruler, 4.3 inches by I think 3.8. So I have a stack of books here, the largest of which is an A5, and in comparison to that, this is how small the book is. When I saw this printable, I had a few ideas in my mind of projects, and one of them is this, to make a full book out of all those printables, and the other one is to make some deck of cards. And this is such a beautiful kit with very special quotes. And my idea of this making this book is it would be a nice present to someone who loves quotes, or for ourselves. Okay, we could use those quotes as inspiration or prompts for our writing. So I tied it with seam binding closure, and I just wanted to make it real simple. I just put a couple of wooden bead here for the charm and a small key. For the cover, I used that brown folder. I embossed a floral embossing folder, and then I die cut a circle so that it frames the image from the beautiful birds. This image is so nice. I love it. It's like a land seascape, or maybe a lake where there's a flock of birds hovering over the house, or like kind of like a castle. And it's a pretty image, and I love it. So, and on the side, I made a spine with a combination of French link and kettle stitch, and I used SeaLemon's tutorial on how to make this exactly this combination of binding, and I'll try to link it in the description later. Hopefully I could figure it out. On the back of I just put an eyelet to slip in the closure, and I just left this back page blank. So let's go through it. So like what I said, my idea for this book is it would be a nice gift to someone who loves quotes, and these quotes that Heather selected in this are really special, and they all speak to me, and probably to most of us who are journalers or we know someone. And what I did with this is I stuffed each of those pages pocket with 3 copies of the same quote. Oh, this is supposed to be the back one. 3 copies of the quotes, which I printed in 3 different thin papers. So one of them is like a tracing paper, one of them is onion skin paper, and the other one is computer paper. All the papers I use in this project are all thrifted, old, leftover papers from school and projects. And then, aside from that, I stuffed some of them with some little ephemeras. Like this one is from a stationery box, I believe, that was given to me. That happens to have like French documents printed on it. And if I finish this stack of stationery, we could print headers and any digital small size like this. What I thought of that is that it could be readily available for our journaling. So I think we could use this to decorate our journal pages, to inspire or give us a prompt, or making cards. And that's what I did. Some of the pages I stuffed them with little ephemeras that if I were using this myself, I could use it with the journaling. So let me just give a flip through. The pages would be like basically the same. I just decorated some of the pages with the blank border showing, and all of these pages would have the pockets with at least 3. I mean, I could stuff it with more, but I stuck with just 3. So these are really beautiful quotes in there. We could also put in the pocket some blank journaling cards or paper, and we could use this quotes or whatever to inspire us with your journaling, and we could use this as a secret talk for whatever we would write. I won't be reading the quotes, guys. I know most of you, or probably all of you are here, are following Heather and using her digital, so check it out. So the one with the blank pages, I collaged it with a little bit of that bird printables. Some of them I stuffed with like on this. I have some of rose hill papers, what you call that, handmade papers. I also have some of my handmade papers in here. Sorry, where did I stop? And this lay flat because of the binding that I used. Let me just bring it up so hopefully the quotes would be visible. Okay, there are 49 quotes in the kit, and I printed them all. And there were a couple of pages that were phrases and words, and Heather suggested that we could use it for journaling. We could cut these words and attach it or collage it with tags or prompts in our journaling. So on this page, I run the rotary cutter so that it's perforated, but I couldn't make it straight. So the next ones, I just left it. We could just tear it by hand with a ruler or scissors. So I didn't decorate the back page of this because I suggested we would probably tear it. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't talk. Okay, and since there were like 49 quotes, it's odd number. So the last quote I I made kind of like a tag or board in it. I could have added it as a page with probably a decorative page on the other one, but I just use it like that. And in here, and I clipped it with this paper clip. I also stuffed this with 3 copies of that quote. So I think it would be a very nice present to someone who loves quotes, inspirational words, motivational thoughts, and like the name of the kit says, these are really beautiful words. Okay, and the other one that I did is I made a stack of cards out of those print. And my idea of this is that the same way as the paper inserts I put in there in the book, is this could be like journaling prompts, inspirational words. We could attach it to tags. Oops, sorry, having a hard time opening. Attach it to tags, make it like talk spots. Like we could attach it in here and make let's say for example this is a tag. Make it a talk spot. We could use it as tabs. And for this one, I printed 2 to a page. So that's why I ended up with 2 deck of cards here. And so this is how they are. They are kind of like in a different orientation, like similarly because they were different sizes, but I cut them to size so that they would be equal. And then I rounded the edges and then inked it. I printed this on it's a linen cardstock that's ivory in color, so it's not the bright white, which I also got from a thrift store. And what I did on the back, before cutting it out, I printed a printable from one of her kits, which this one, you know how Heather has several of her kits have the sketches with the brown background, and I love them. I actually pulled out all those or copied all those sketches in brown and put it in a separate folder so that it's accessible to it. And I think this particular one is from the Lady in Blue, and I have this different varieties that came out after cutting it, after cutting the actual quotes. I think I printed them 2 to a 1 and 4 to a 1, 4 copies to 1 page. And this is the variety of cards, and I just love them. They're all kind of like different, but they're so pretty. So I hope this video is not that long. Thank you for stopping by today. I'm really happy and grateful to all of you who have taken time to watch this, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Or also, if you have any questions, if you would like to make some of this, feel free to ask any questions in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'd be happy to answer any questions, probably with the sizing. Again, thank you for joining me today, and you all have a good day.